Here is a unique story inspired by the parable of the blind men and the elephant. The blind men and the mysterious machine. In a small village at the edge of a vast forest, there lived 5 blind men who were known for their wisdom and insight. One day, the villagers heard a strange humming noise coming from deep within the forest. They were curious and a bit frightened, so they asked the blind men to investigate. The blind men, eager to help, set out together, guided by the sounds of the mysterious machine. As they approached, they reached out to understand what it was. The first blind man touched the machine's large, smooth surface and said, "This is like a wall. It must be a fort that the forest spirits have built." The second blind man found a long, flexible tube. "No," he replied. "This feels like a snake. Perhaps it is a creature that has taken refuge here." The third man grasped a series of rotating blades. He shouted, "I feel a fan! This must be a gigantic fan that brings the forest a cool breeze." The fourth blind man reached out and felt the round metallic form beneath the machine. "It's a wheel," he exclaimed. "Clearly this is some kind of cart or vehicle." Finally, the fifth man encountered a collection of buttons and switches. "These are like the controls of a musical instrument," he mused. "This must be a machine that plays music." The blind men debated among themselves, each convinced of their own understanding. A wise old woman from the village, who had followed them, listened quietly. She suggested, "Why don't you all describe your findings to one another and then piece them together?" The blind men paused, considering her words. They began to share their discoveries and realized that each had only a part of the whole. Together, they concluded that it was indeed a complex machine, perhaps left behind by travelers, combining all the elements they had felt. The villagers thanked the blind men for their insight and learned a valuable lesson. Understanding comes from sharing perspectives and listening to each other. From that day forward, whenever a mystery arose, the villagers remembered the tale of the blind men and the mysterious machine, and they worked together to see the bigger picture. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you have any particular changes or themes you'd like to explore further, feel free to let me know.